buy that for $1.
Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. That's never happened to me before.
I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help.
Kevin, we always need help around here. I got my buddy Erwin. We got Clapomania going on. Come on, Kevin. Come on, Chad. Let's go.
There we go. There's the energy.
All right. That's what
Energy where?
about.
All right,
Do
back
we-
to depressed.
Do we have the clap now? I'm confused.
I make that joke on his stream.
If we got it, I got it from you.
Well,
Yay! Bragging
thank you
right.
for joining us this week,
Bragging
Erwin.
rights.
Glad to have you with us.
Pleasure.
How you been doing today?
Fantastic. Let's see. What did I do? I watched the end of Sword of the Stranger samurai anime. I finished
Nice.
Marvels with some wonderful Alex Ross art.
Nice.
Like everything Alex Ross does is just straight like 1950s Make America Great Again vibes. I love it so much. Good stuff. I haven't gotten to watch any of the new Arcane that came out. I'm really excited to do that here tomorrow. Doing good.
I'm way behind on Arcane, but my wife is
Shame.
totally on board once we finish Man in the High Castle, which I cannot wait to be freaking done with. I'm not a fan of that, like, at all.
2 seasons of that? Or how many did this
4.
week out? 4.
We liked season 2, not so much season 1 or season 3. Season 4 is complete trash so far. So I can't wait to tell my mother-in-law when she shows up in 2 weeks that the recommendation you gave us, I didn't like that fucking show.
Shame.
It's gonna be shame for me.
Absolute pleasure being here. Thank you for asking.
Glad to have you, Erwin, as always. Now, Chad, what you been up to, buddy?
Same shit as always, man.
Riveting.
Oh yeah. My life is so just completely dull. It's not even funny.
Well, Kevin, what's new with you, buddy?
Oh God, I unpacked like all my movies. I thought I sent all my movies to you guys, like all 5,000 discs, and then I found another box today that had an extra 100. So I need to send that addendum to you guys. Yeah, I unpacked my video games, so I got to play a little bit of RoboCop today on the PS5. That was pretty amazing.
Oh, love that game.
Yeah. Oh, it's it's catharsis. Just farting around. Not a whole lot of much of anything except for unpacking.
Cool.
In the-
Well, how
in the
about you
garden.
unpack some headlines for us?
Unpack some headlines. All right. Well, let's see. I might have a few this week. Since I had none last week.
I never forgot what you did last summer. What the?
I heard about this.
No. Wait, this is real? I don't
This
even.
is real.
This is, and we reported this 2 weeks ago. I never forget what you did that summer. And I'm like, that sounds very Russian.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the poster, and I was like, oh, wait, never mind. I'll never forget what you did that summer. Okay.
Is that literally Jennifer Love Hewitt in the bottom left?
That is everybody returning. Well, that's still alive, I guess.
Okay, that's 2 reasons I'll return to this movie.
This is like a made-for-Tubi TV movie, or this is
They did do what, on Amazon Prime TV series too at one point?
I don't know. I think I only saw the first 2 out of these.
There
I
was
think.
3, I believe.
I only saw the first one.
Well, you, sir, are lucking right the hell out. Oh, shit. So,
Don't break it, Kev.
The resident pothead.
oh, that's not the pot.
Good.
That's not the pot.
No, he'd be more careful with the pot.
Yeah, the pot comes in glass. Like, that could break. People are home going, that doesn't look... Anyway. So... We don't have any obituaries on the show this week, but we do have a bit of sadness, and you guys know that I do like to start the show with the sad news first, but it's always a bit awkward on how do we start with the sad news? How do you report it? Because we want to start off like our live stream like happy and energized and shit. Well, I think the clapping works. The clapping works, but I'm going to try something a little bit different this week. Like, because you got to get yourself pumped to read the sad news. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 ounce of nitrous oxide into this balloon.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
And we're going to report the news on a little bit of laughing gas here. So forgive me a moment.
We're live,
That's
right?
like Kevin.
Yes, we are live, everyone.
And we're gonna get pulled from YouTube. Oh, Kevin.
He thinks this is Twitch.
It's not Twitch. Anyway.
Show us
Yeah.
your boobs, Kev.
So
Yeah, Kev. Let's go, baby! Woo!
Sad news is this coming Sunday is going to be the last Sunday that Milhouse will be appearing on The Simpsons, like ever. Pamela Hayden will be retiring from voice acting, and that includes The Simpsons, and we will no longer see Milhouse.
Oh, and
Wait.
Ned Flanders' son Rod
Are they-
too.
Yep.
Are they instead of getting a new voice actor, were they gonna kill him off?
Completely.
Oh,
Like- Kenny style?
oh my god! Right, South Park Kenny. Oh my god,
Here-
they killed Millhouse.
Revolutionary idea. Just
I don't
kill
know.
off the Simpsons at this point. Could we just retire the Simpsons at this point? I think they
I've been
retired
watching
them
Simpsons since junior high.
decade and a half ago. They retired themselves when they turned into crap.
That's true.
The last my son really likes watching The Simpsons. So like if he's
I
enjoying
used
the
to.
new stuff, great. But the last time I saw a new episode was when they had the crossovers with Family Guy. And at that point, everyone's already complaining that neither show is funny. And I was like, well, okay, whatever. So I don't
Futurama.
know.
But
Yeah.
the
That one I
Futurama one as well.
watched. I watched that one.
I haven't seen that one.
the show that ran out of episodes and the show that ran out of ideas. That
Well said.
no, that's how they marketed it when they did the crossover,
Oh jeez.
and that was the last new Simpsons that I have ever watched. I haven't regularly watched that show in over 20 years.
Same.
I think I made a season or two past it, and I think I made it like 2 seasons where I just didn't want to watch them, and like I just did it out of routine or like maybe it'll get
Yeah.
better, and then I just had to give up eventually, admit defeat.
The loyalty wears thin after
Mhm.
years and years of mediocrity to then lame.
That
And, like, if-
sounds like a drawn out version of me watching Cloverfield. Like,
God.
Wait, what?
that was me watching Cloverfield and fast forward. Like, I want to do this. Nope, I can't do it. I'm out. I couldn't make it through that.
I liked it when I saw it back in the day.
Have you seen it more than once though, Erwin?
I think I saw it twice. Yeah.
Oh, well, at least you watched it twice. I actually
Yeah.
own it on DVD back
It's-
here in a steel case, so I've
This one
seen it like 5 times.
Shaky cam was it actually was shaky cam that I enjoyed. You had Hot Chick. Hot Chick always helps. I think she throws
Yep.
up blood and then dies at one point. I remember
Yep.
that.
That's
You
true.
have Deadpool. Deadpool's buddy. Do a TJ
TJ.
something?
Yep,
Was he
TJ
in? Am
Miller.
I remember that correctly?
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
I remember things. Yeah, I liked it. Not enough monster, but when it finally shows up at the end, I was pretty happy. And then it has that amazing Easter egg at the end you don't even see until you hear about it on the internet, where you can at the very end the alien flies into the ocean. Did you know that?
Yeah, they show the where it splashes down in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches. No, I didn't know until like years later.
I actually like 10 Cloverfield Lane a little bit more than that one, but
I-
the third one, forget it.
With the space
Cloverfield effect on
space
Netflix.
one or
Yeah,
parrot? Oh,
that's-
wait, was there a
Yeah, the
paradox?
Well,
Cloverfield
Paradox.
paradox.
Yep. That one was terrible. I'm like, well, you just killed the whole franchise for me right there. Thank you.
There was a franchise?
Well, the sequels weren't really
Sequels.
related to. I mean, they just threw the slapped the Cloverfield name on it to get name recognition. Although I did see the clip from Paradox where you had the monster like the head breaching the cloud tops.
Yep.
And I'm thinking to
Cool.
myself, how the fuck can that thing actually stand up? Its bones would break under its own weight.
Bingo. Logic.
And they didn't think that far through.
Now they needed the Godzilla -1 guys doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yeah,
popcorn
make it all
bucket
practical.
time.
Yeah, so I was wanting to wait for Steve, but I don't know that he's going to show up tonight. He's busy with another show, which is his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Toter.
Steve.
You get an excuse.
I
this
like this
week.
popcorn
You better be
bucket.
back next week, though. We got another popcorn bucket on the way, bud.
Yeah, I like the popcorn
See,
bucket.
I'm
I think
sad
we
that
all can
he's-
agree that we're more excited about the popcorn bucket than the movie.
To quote Tank Tolman, "Hammer."
Is this an actual movie, or is this
It
something
is
for
Animated
Amazon?
movie.
It's the Lord of the Rings anime,
It's in theaters. Yeah,
And-
anime adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah.
and they did reuse voice clips of Christopher Lee for Saruman.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I keep reminding everyone at least once a week that this is coming to theaters. I will be seeing
Yeah.
it. I have unlimited pass. Anyone on this panel going to be go see this in theater?
I was excited to see this until I heard about Gary's review of it. And that's kind of a early preview review.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
Hopefully the animation looks good. If they can get that right at least.
The animation does look good. I've seen
Yeah.
the trailer. This is something that my spouse and I had talked about going to see, because when the Lord of the Rings trilogy came out, I don't want to say how long ago it was because it'll make me feel old, but we went every year because that's
Yeah.
like Gene loves LOTR, so that was came out like right around his birthday, so we went and saw that.
Hmm.
So we were thinking about this. I'm not sure.
I'm
I
probably
mean,
going to
pop-
wait till streaming for me, but
I mean, the popcorn bucket's pretty goddamn cool.
a lot of people are talking about it. Gooch wants this thing. And I think that's fantastic. And of course, a part of our segment is how do you screw this popcorn bucket? And as I point out, you can this handle probably separates. You probably got to connect it yourself. So you can take the spear handle out and insert said
The other
penis,
spear handle.
and there you go.
Not wide enough for Gooch.
See, I
Probably
think
not.
this is like a more inclusive popcorn bucket. Like,
Oh, Destiny. Destiny is going to get this.
Probably.
see, I like this because you could jerk off your friends and have it be totally straight because it's a hammer, right?
Mhm.
Like it's
If
2
you're
feet
straight
long,
enough,
The no homo hammer.
right?
the no homo.
It's 2 feet long, so it's shaped like a tithing basket. Like if you're Catholic, you know what that is. You just reach
Obviously.
it over there and plop it on your friend, and then watch your movies. Totally straight. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's not what you want to use to flavor your popcorn.
Hell, we're in. We sold one popcorn bucket for you, Lord of the Rings, War of Rohirrim. We will take that paycheck in the mail.
Shills.
Damn straight.
So yeah, I'll be seeing it. I'm afraid. Why is it in anime? Why is it being released at Christmas? What is wrong with you people? Why is it in theaters at all? But hey, cool popcorn bucket.
yeah, I do like the popcorn bucket.
Now, how
It-
much money are they going to lose on the movie?
They'll make it up in sales on the hammer here. How much do you bet this is going to be? I'm going to say this is probably like a $40 popcorn bucket here at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, they're normally at least what, like 30, and then the nicer ones are what, for 40? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Kevin, how much was the Ghostbusters one you got?
20
Oh, you got the
It's
cheap
like
one
20.
then.
I inquired
did.
about the Venom head, and it was like $30 or so.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Oh, are you talking about the Ghost Trap?
Yeah.
That one was retailing for 25 to 40, I think. But it really, you're getting it online for 60 from scalpers, 60 to 80.
Yeah, the
So-
Venom ones on eBay are like, oh god, I ain't paying $70 for a popcorn bucket.
I should have bought one. You can sell it for double the price on eBay?
Yep.
Why
And
have
they
I
are
not
selling.
Why have I not been buying these freaking what?
Dude,
Okay.
seriously, it's a thing.
Oh yeah, the
I told-
aftermarket is.
We make the
just
joke about this
insane.
segment, but these things are legit.
Oh yeah.
I told my wife I wanted to borrow $120 today, and she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "It's a Wolverine popcorn bucket." And she's like, "Is that the one you want to stick the pocket pussy in?" I said, "Yeah, it is."
She knows you
But
too
it's-
well, buddy.
But it's signed by Deborah Ann Wool.
If it's signed.
So
My
just
wife's
be
like,
careful where you.
Why did she
aim.
sign it? I'm like, she's a Misty, so really we're just keeping it in the community, Pumpkin. It's, you know.
That's true.
That sounds dirtier than normal.
It's Kevin.
We're keeping it in the community. That's how HPV happens. Keep it in the community. Anyway, on a note of good news, Coco has been selected to host the next Oscar Awards. So, if anyone slaps Coco, God forbid they step outside.
Yeah, I want to see Kevin Hart's like 5'2" ass have to like jump to slap Conan O'Brien.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
funny.
That would be pretty funny. Like,
I could see them doing that for a skit.
Yeah, I know. That was my first thought
Probably.
was, yeah, money please. I'm going to need royalties on that once they use it. But yeah,
I'm just glad somebody's giving him respect.
We all wanted Deadpool and Wolverine. Whatever you had to do to make it happen, they should have made that happen.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Correct.
Yeah, they should have gone that way. I mean, the momentum's right there. It would have pulled in ratings. It would have done everything they really wanted it to do. And maybe you get a little roasting going on. That would have been okay.
Conan actually funny,
of
but
course.
best. He's not Jimmy Kimmel, at least.
Yeah, I'm not a Jimmy fucking Kimmel. Win Ben Stein's Money and Man Show guy. Yeah, this is not the same dude from 20 years ago.
As
Is
opposed
Conan-
to the guy that dressed up as Cupid on fucking a Total Remote and Lip Sync. Come on now. I'm sorry, Jon Stewart. I loved you then too.
I take Chris Hardwick over this guy.
Well, who would you guys
Are we
want
talking-
to host the Oscars? That's not Deadpool.
Now
and
that you
Wolverine.
guys mention it,
Glenn Powell. My answer for everything, Glenn Powell.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney
He's good
Sweeney
right
and
now.
Glenn Powell. Actually, genuinely really good idea. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Hold on.
The boobs
That's
sell
a pretty
everything.
good idea.
Yeah. We should do this professionally, sons.
Zendaya maybe,
I'm straight.
or just naked Zendaya. She comes out in a different birthday suit in every segment.
Oh.
We're talking about like
to
to
do
get
that somehow.
to get people to watch it. We want people to watch it.
Oh, sorry.
Zendaya.
My bad.
I was Zendaya out, and then two tennis bros come up and start kissing on her.
You know, if Eddie Murphy was from like the 80s Eddie Murphy, that'd be a fun co-host. They almost did that one year.
80s Eddie Murphy. Oh God.
I do Dave
That
Chappelle,
would've been
honestly. Just let him go crazy.
I don't. I think they'd be safer getting Ricky Gervais on than Dave Chappelle at that point.
I know.
No shit.
Gervais would
No
be
shit.
perfect, but he said he doesn't want to do it. So
He's too good for it.
Hopefully he doesn't
Yeah.
say anything racist.
Oh well, Conan. Have fun.
I don't know. I really like Conan, so I can't think of anybody better than Conan that I'd be like, yeah, that's, you know what?
There was a time I liked
What
Conan
changed?
too. But I also like Craig Kilborn, and we see how that well turned out.
So Conan was definitely the best of the worst when it comes to late night hosts.
Yeah.
Best of the worst.
It could be Pat Sajak. It could be even worse.
God.
Oh God! I thought you were about to say Patton Oswalt. They could have Patton Oswalt hosting the Oscars. So
That's a great idea. What?
Yeah, Patton Oswalt and Kumail Nanjiani. Let's do that. That sounds great. Nerd takeover. Yeah, I know, right?
More Misties.
Oh, hey, you really want to go the Misty route? Bring in, if you're doing Patton Oswalt, bring in Felicia Day.
She inspired me to start creating things, and even I'm like, who on that one?
Well, I mean, hey, for the Misty angle.
The name recognition isn't there, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying for the Misty angle.
Tommy Wiseau.
Oh God.
Anyway.
No. Next
time. Wait. We're so stupid.
What is it, Erwin?
We all know who they would cast. The only person they know how to cast, Pedro Pascal. I can't believe he's not hosting.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Or his mustache.
He's in
His
everything.
mustache should do it.
He could do his Roman
For
accent.
the Oscars, he might actually shave.
Any of you guys see Gladiator 2?
Nope.
No.
Don't.
No.
Big old don't.
I have no interest. When it's free on streaming, I'll eventually watch it, but not anytime.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, for curiosity's sake on streaming, I would say it's worth a watch.
All right.
But let's just say I'm gonna go see Wicked to get the taste of Gladiator 2 out of my mouth.
I'm hearing that's pretty good, especially from your stream and everybody else's streams lately.
All the ladies love it. I want to see what they're so also worked up about.
My wife was like, "Hell no," and I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not a Wizard of Oz fan, but
I am, so I'm intrigued by certain questions that the movie's presented. Anyway, we talked about that last week.
Yep.
So the Mike Tyson thing drew in 108 million viewers to Netflix.
Now, how many of them actually got to watch the whole thing uninterrupted?
This is it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So on Christmas Day, during a football game, the Texans versus the Ravens, only on Netflix, not during the actual presentation of the football game, but only on Netflix.
Streaming through Netflix right now for anyone else. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. Sorry, joke made. Go ahead, Kevin.
It's okay, Kevin.
Yeah, that they're going to be interrupting the football games, not interrupting the football game, but having the halftime show. So everyone's going to have to turn away from the football game, go log on to Netflix, see if that's working this time around. Watch the show. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited for this one.
But she's got the best music video of all time.
I don't remember. All us white people got together, and none of us agreed that Beyonce was allowed to be a country music singer.
Right.
I don't remember being asked if she was allowed to appropriate our culture.
I agree with that.
But I will say, unlike a Kamala Harris rally, it does look like Beyonce will actually do a performance.
Yeah, right. Or Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, it's just like on Sundays when I like go eat with my family. Sometimes I'll see like the sister-in-law and like niece who care about the NFL, and by care about the NFL, they care about Taylor Swift and whoever, what Travis guy went on. And the fact this just feels like more pandering to not actual football fans to me.
Correct. Yeah, they're like trying to reach for an audience that just isn't there. Like you're trying to get casuals, and I get it, but like that's the wrong approach for football. I mean, I grew up watching football on Monday nights, and they always had the Hank Williams song, so there was always some country involved. But like,
I'll say we'll allow it if she goes full Janet Jackson halftime show. Have Justin Timberlake just whip it right off.
I was watching that with my dad live on his big screen off the satellite dish. And there was no cuts, no edits. I was like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that 9/11 right there. I remember where I was.
Yep. That is no lie.
Yep, super excited for this, Kev.
Yep, me too.
First look at Amanda Stenberg in Predator Borderlands. Badlands.
Why?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the Acolyte lady. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Kim Belair from Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah. I don't know why this is, but I'm always happy to see the Predator, I guess.
Prey ended up doing okay, right? Is that why this is? So that's probably why this is.
Yeah, it did well, and it sold well on Blu-ray and 4K when they finally put it out on home video, like a year and a half later.
Prey was fantastic compared to like anything after Predator 2. Like if this is anything like Prey, then yes, fantastic. But if it's anything like the rest of the Predator franchise, then no, I can
like AVP.
I don't dislike that one as much. It's the other one. Like I'm kind of like the Robert Rodriguez movie. I was like
Predators. There was good ideas in Predators, but it was poorly executed. Adrian Brody was all right, but that was a wrong script for him.
AVP had some good ideas, such as human-predator relations. Did they do it? You know they did it, right? They had to.
That's how we got the
relations.
Bad baby at the very end of that movie. Then we get Requiem, and then we get all the Alien movies after that. Oh God!
I'll say Romulus is now streaming. I did surprisingly actually enjoy it in theaters. I will probably watch Romulus again.
I'm probably gonna buy it on Blu-ray. I saw it. I liked it.
I enjoyed it. A good atmosphere, the right amount of horror. I enjoyed it.
Hey, Fede Alvarez from Evil Dead remake, and that was pretty okay.
Yeah,
I liked that one.
Actual like some tension, some moments, kind of some holding some breath moments when they're like gravity turns off and all the like xenomorph acid is floating through and they have to go past it. There are some good moments. Also some
that
things
that Dead Space vibes.
Yeah, exactly. There were some dumb moments and there are obviously some problems, but I surprisingly enjoyed it.
Last act was a little rough, but when they're making the sequel, they're using the same characters that survived at the end of that one. And I'm like, okay, are we going to have an Alien Covenant type sequel, or are we going to actually have something okay? Like Alien 3.
We got is what, Alien Earth coming?
Main
character is also Kim Belair from Sweet Baby Inc. And then the second one, I'm watching through Andor, and there's the kid who I think he was like a doctor in some show or something like that. Some little nerdy, awkward kid, and he's the second main character. And I'm like, I'm already not interested in this.
But they have Timothy Oliphant in it too. So I'm like,
that I do like. But yeah, I enjoyed Romulus. But then when they said they were going to do a sequel, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then they're like, with these people, and I'm like, oh no, never mind. I know, nope, don't do it. I'm good. Please, no. Okay.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy all the close-ups of the xenomorphs' grill. I did not realize they had platinum teeth until Romulus. Straight Little John moment. Little Xeno.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch those. I never noticed that before.
No, I want to watch fucking James Bond.
For Jaws.
Come on, what was wrong with Jaws?
More era.
Sadness from the Ghostbuster news. So yes, we do know that Ghostbusters 5 or 6, whatever it is happening. But Dan Aykroyd's saying that it's probably not looking like any of the original cast is going to return for it. I'm actually relatively okay with that.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
I feel like them having their cameos constantly doing that again in a third film now would be too much pandering. Like, just let it go on and be its own animal now.
It's surprising they got him back for the last one, right?
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
so.
it's surprising that they got Bill Murray back for the last one. He is
To say the
always
least.
so hard to nail down for this.
Especially for Ghostbusters. Any other movie, he'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. When it comes to Ghostbusters, I'll be there in 15 years.
Yeah, we'll see.
Even with the original, they weren't entirely sure he was gonna, because he had never gotten back to anybody that, yeah, I am involved, until they started filming and he showed up on set after getting back from making a movie in Paris.
And he was late.
Yeah, he was late.
So I've contemplated a couple times watching either of these new ones. Would any of you guys suggest either of the new ones?
I would recommend Afterlife as the only real film to follow up with. I like it the most. It's not the best, but it's better than Frozen Empire, which feels like there's about 30 different ideas thrown in there, mixed in a blender, and here you go. Afterlife is a bit more coherent. It's definitely a different vibe. It's definitely away from New York, so it doesn't feel the same, but it is by Jason Reitman, and Aykroyd and everybody else came back as a favor for Ivan passing away, and they liked the script enough.
Yeah.
So, but Bill phones it in. If you want a proper sequel, play the Ghostbusters video game on PS.
He doesn't phone it in at that at all. Not at all.
He sounds like he was on a phone in that video game.
Here's something interesting on that is he didn't record all of his lines. Ramis and Aykroyd came back as a favor to the game producers to pick up Murray's slack. So there were several bits of dialogue that Venkman was supposed to do that came from Egon and Ray instead.
Not surprising.
Not shocked.
And the only reason that they hired Murray's brother to be the voice of the mayor was to try to entice Bill to come back.
So they hired him to play Jock?
Yeah,
Or
because
Jock.
originally they were going to have the guy who played Lenny come back.
Margalis, was that his last name?
Margulies, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that all kind of explains that. And then
If I were Bill Murray, I would be big timing everyone constantly. I'm Bill Murray. I can do it.
That's true. He's earned the right to do it. It's just like,
Yes.
do you not like this franchise or do you? Like, take your poison on that.
I don't think that they ever necessarily really did. Like, Dan, of course, but
I mean, that was his baby.
Yeah, basically.
Everyone else, it's kind of a job, except for Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's the one that's been keeping the candle lit for the longest time.
Well, if a paycheck's involved, you damn sure he's going to believe in anything you write or say.
It makes me feel good.
And he's even said, as long as he's able to do it, he wants to play the part.
Oh, yeah. And he's, 79, 80 himself, and he's fucking yoked as a brick shit house.
Oh, dude, he's in better shape than me. I'm like 30
Better shape
years
than all of us
younger.
put together, probably.
Oh, he could kick all our asses without breaking a
70.
sweat.
He's 70, yeah. Yeah, he's
I like
in
Ernie.
phenomenal shape.
Oh, he's in amazing shape.
So,
Good dude.
but the Frozen Empire movie is pretty good. It's not a bad movie. It's an incomplete movie because, like Jeff said, they tried fitting way too many things into a short period of time. They tried to make it a bit more like the cartoon, so where they have different types of weapons. There's now a different type of ghost, or a different class of ghost. So it's not as strong as Gozer, but it's still much stronger than, say, like Slimer. You just don't see that ghost until the very end, and then there's not enough of it. And that's where the big complaint of the last movie was, for me, was you don't see enough of the villain.
Yeah, I did want to see more of Garaka. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Fun, but
and
like
like
as
you
a
were saying, Kev, it really
critical
did feel
fun.
like an episode of the real Ghostbusters. So I mean, and that, yeah, especially if you're going with like the early seasons, the stuff J. Michael Straczynski was involved with, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
Yeah. And it wasn't like the 2016 remake that I couldn't wait for the fucking thing to end. And like I was rolling my eyes so hard that like you could hear the gravel hit going up inside my head.
I still haven't seen that.
Kev, I think I might need to see a doctor, dude.
I didn't like that movie. It was
Always.
just so poorly edited and written. It's like maybe they might have had some funny shit in here, but they edited it so poorly and so.
So what's it just end up like a Ghostbusters smoothie? Just no resolution, no focus. Is that what you mean by like they did try to do too much?
Yeah, like well, they call it Ghostbusters, but they don't actually bust a ghost. Like they trap one for a minute and then it gets let out and kills Bill Murray, and you
So it's
don't really see it again.
Kind of like the Godzilla movie situation where finally in Godzilla X Kong, they realized we want Godzilla and King Kong. We don't want the humans. Give us the monsters. You're saying they're not giving you the monster.
Kind of, yes. Yeah. Well, you got monsters. They just didn't do anything proper with them, I guess. Bust them. I don't know. They eventually like zapped them away, killed them, like killed ghosts. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Let's kill things.
Anyway,
Kill things that are already dead.
I didn't like it. Like, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's because you're misogynistic." No, I liked the movie when they called it Bridesmaids. It was funny then. I just didn't like when they redid the same fucking movie with the same cast and just called it Ghostbusters.
A friend of mine said it was basically an extended Saturday Night Live sketch.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't care for Bridesmaids. I said it.
I haven't
Never
seen
saw
that one
it.
either.
Overrated.
I don't know why. There was a lot of it that I really thought was funny. I don't know why. Like the getting
it wasn't terrible.
The getting fucked up on the plane on like what was it, Vicodin and booze on a plane was just like hysterical to me. I don't know why.
You feel represented
a little bit, yeah. like that smile of it. This plane could crash and I'm okay. It's like, girl, I live my life like that every day. I see you. So maybe I felt represented.
So I have an idea. I want to see what you think for the next one. I think they should just go ahead and time jump and we get to Ghostbusters 2099. Here's the premise. Not only have they been capturing the ghost and they have them in the thing, they have figured out how to harness those as an alternative energy source. The entire city is powered by ghost power. Everything is ghost powers. We got ghost in the machine. Ghostbusters 2099.
I dig it.
That was very close to what the original script for the movie was supposed to be back in the late 70s.
Ooh. And then they all caused Y2K. But Y3K?
There you go.
Ghostbusters 29.99. They're all
We're going to get back to Conan.
They're all just a bunch of sex bots that rose up against us and took over, and now they're busting ghosts.
Sex bots are busting something.
Hey, sex bots are on the way, everybody.
We all know the robots are taking over, and we all know. We know which robots are going to get mistreated the most. So I'm just saying, if there's a robot uprising, I know which ones are uprising first.
Elon's.
Yes. The Sexamatron 9000.
Thick Mick.
Bustin' makes me feel good. Oh, God, wait. So, okay, so let me just, since you guys haven't seen Gladiator 2, Denzel plays Denzel Washington. He doesn't change his accent or voice or anything at all. He plays Denzel Washington in Ancient Rome.
Oh God,
that's kind of what I heard. Like he's the bad guy from Training Day in Ancient Rome.
Yes.
King Kong ain't got shit on this.
That's what I was gonna say. But I was trying to think of the ancient Roman version of King Kong, and it wasn't coming to me.
The Kraken ain't got shit on me.
Yeah, Colossus ain't got shit. So, me, since I'm a member of the media now, while I was watching Gladiator 2, the entire time I was waiting for what part could have had the Denzel Washington gay kiss. I wasn't entirely sure. I think it would have been a scene where he greeted a dude by doing like the kiss on like the side of the cheeks, but that's just like European, which is also kind of gay. But like, I don't even know. I don't know. And it sounds like Ridley Scott didn't actually want him to do it. That Denzel kind of just slipped a little kissy poo in there, did a little Eskimo kiss or something. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, this kind of feels like fake news.
Improv movement.
Ridley saying it didn't happen at all.
But Denzel was the one who brought it up in an interview, so I don't know.
Well, when you break down the two sides, it sounds like Ridley said it wasn't scripted, but Denzel did it anyway.
Oh.
And so we cut that particular part out. We didn't want to retake it again. They got the emotion they wanted, but really was like, you know what? We didn't need the full-on kiss, dude. So they clipped that out. And Denzel's like, well, it was in the moment. This is what I felt the character needed. And he's a actor of a certain caliber. And after this, he's probably like, you know what? Give me my weed. Give me my wine. Fuck this movie.
That's you're going to say he's an actor of a certain age. I thought that he was just like virtue signaling himself. Remember a few months ago when Madonna's like, oh, I'm gay now. And you're like,
bitch, you've been gay for like 25 years.
Yeah, there's that too. So like, who are you fooling?
Yeah.
But like, all I could hear was a dude from Family Guy in the back of my head when I heard Ridley Scott saying, no, that didn't happen. Phony! He's a big fat phony! He's signaling himself. Speaking of
Moana.
I could take him.
Yeah, you could. All of us could take him.
I suspect the Great One might be wearing a bodysuit here.
You suspect, huh?
Yeah.
Or he gained about like 150 pounds since he was last on Monday Night Raw.
He's wearing Miss Piggy's pearls, is all I'm saying. Like, you can't see the line there beneath pearls.
I still haven't even seen the first freaking movie.
Moana 2 is coming out. There's like no marketing whatsoever. Have you guys seen any Moana 2 marketing?
No.
Yes.
Have you? I don't have kids or something. I don't really watch.
I don't have kids, and I've seen
stuff. Really? Okay, because I haven't seen like any, and it should be everywhere. It's like such a big.
Is it coming out next week?
Yes, and it's going up against Wicked. Like I don't know what they're thinking. Moana
I have seen marketing, and my spouse was up or down in Southern California last week and saw a bunch of marketing for while down there. So
wall-size digital ads.
Yeah, wall-size digital ads.
Jeez, California, go figure.
LA,
right?
Oh, LA. Yeah. Jeez. Well, hopefully it does good, but I don't know. This was supposed to be a TV show that they turned into a movie. So
when are we going to collectively agree that The Rock just needs to stop acting?
I agree to that after the rundown.
Ban him, maybe.
I liked the rundown.
Well, that's the last movie I liked of his. After that, they're all basically The Rock being The Rock. And don't give me that get shorty bullshit. That he did that so he was doing his humiliation routine, just like John Cena did at the Oscars, running around naked.
Yeah.
Oh, like a gay guy.
It works.
For 10 minutes in the movie, sure.
Dave Chappelle would definitely make a joke about that if he were the host of the Oscars, which is why he's not allowed to be the host of the Oscars.
You can get Mike Tyson's hams to host the Oscars.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
We'd forgotten about that. We got it out of our brain. Thanks a lot.
He said what I was thinking.
Oh well, at least I'm not thinking about Destiny and sorry. Don't look at the Destiny leaks. Don't look at the Destiny leaks.
Oh shit! I had a
Silver Surfer news.
Oh.
So
She's very handsome.
Ruth from Ozark.
Yeah, this is probably the worst headline I've seen all week.
I might have one for you.
The Wolfman is inspired by the Fly. Dog, then go make the fucking Fly. Like, really? Like,
I assume
we
it's
wondered
just
why we haven't seen a werewolf in this motherfucker yet.
The werewolf transformation being all like body horror-esque, I assume, is all they're talking about.
Yeah, the deterioration of the human body.
You have something gross happen, it's like, oh, it's Cronenbergian. We're the Fly now. Yeah.
Leave that to Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Or the
what he's
Soska
doing with
sisters.
it.
Jesus.
I like Lee Winnell. I really do. But I've got no faith in this fucking flick. I want to be wowed by it. I want to see it and be like, holy shit, that was really cool. But this looks like a snooze or a laugh fest. Like, golly, man, this might be a good thing for Riff Tracks.
Probably. I would
Yep.
suspect that. This is Blumhouse, though, so oh god, shoot them already with the legacy IPs and all this shit.
Might be too boring for fucking Riff Tracks.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd rather watch like the new Hellboy or some Nosferatu's. Got me a little excited.
Crooked Man, Hellboy was pretty good.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was
Me and
very
Chad
good.
talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah, they went in with super low expectations and it came out very happy.
It's definitely cheap. CGI is cheap,
Mhm.
but the story overall is actually pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and really, that's in the last two movies that they did. I'd go with the better story over the fucking great special effects any day.
And if you want a werewolf movie, go watch Werewolves with Frank Grillo. That looks like it's going to be freaking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. That'll end up being the creature feature of the year.
Yeah.
Here's another monster. Charlie Hunnam on the set of Monsters as Ed Gein.
Sons of Anarchy. Jesus Christ.
Now, I like this because, yeah, I could totally tell that's Charlie Hunnam, but without being told, I very much know who I'm looking at the same time,
Yeah.
too.
So
Or
it's
who
a
I'm
series.
supposed to be
Does this
looking at.
make a Who are the ones doing this? Are they the ones that did the Dahmer one with Sebastian Stan?
I don't know. It's the same guys that did the Menendez brothers thing, wasn't it?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that one.
Yeah. Which I got to listen to some of that. It wasn't the worst thing, I guess. Weird, but what are you gonna do?
I lived in California when all that shit was going down.
Yeah, who
Oof.
was this? A serial killer? I don't
Wisconsin
know.
serial killer, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dahmer,
He-
Keene. Yeah, we're Wisconsin, my home state, is a proud homeboy state.
Ed Gein.
Ed Gein was who Norman Bates and Leatherface were based on.
Yep.
Buffalo Bill and
Mhm.
Hannibal Lecter, several others. He was supposedly a cannibal. He wanted to know, and he had curiosities what it was like to be a woman. So he made himself a suit out of women's skin. He exhumed bodies and made a suit.
He also made
he
furniture
made
out of human skin.
Yeah, skin,
miss-
bones. Yeah,
Mhm. So he'll be a sympathetic villain.
Yeah, a little
So,
bit.
was.
so with Hollywood dying, and then with like superhero movie genre going out, we had debated what sort of genres would come back, what would be popular, and one of my thoughts was like serial killer. What's the whole, not like murder mystery? What's the cold case, or what the hell are all the women obsessed with? They're all obsessed
Murder
with all the
porn.
serial killer. Yeah, all that stuff. I was like, I think that's something they're gonna lean into, and yeah, Netflix has had a bunch of success with that. So if you like serial killer documentaries, I think you're gonna be good for quite some time.
I just tell everybody to go watch Hannibal seasons 1 through 3. You'll get your fix, no problem, and actually watch a good quality show.
My wife won't
Yeah.
watch it. I don't get it.
Yeah, what's the actor's name in that?
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, that I'm not really interested in that sort of a show, but I mean, you just see him just in like the trailers. I remember the commercials back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely the appeal.
Yep.
he does everything deadpan. Like the behind the scenes are kind of funny because like he makes no emotion on his face. Like that's his selling point. But then like they'll come in and do some like weird handshake, and he's still not moving his face at all. Doing like some weird college drinking handshake.
Always in character.
Yeah, always in character. Doesn't drop the
shtick.
Yeah, very, very devoted character or actor to the character. Like he outdid Anthony Hopkins, and I never thought I'd say that.
Well, he learned how to break an egg with a spatula and have it land in the frying pan without breaking the yolk. That's a trick that most chefs don't know, and I'd actually like to ask Angry Badger if that's a legit thing, because I remember when the show was airing and they talked about like this is actually a difficult trick to do.
So like it's a slotted spatula and it breaks and just kind of like goes through the slot?
No, it's like a full on.
Or you just
he throws the egg into the air.
That's what I would have
down,
thought.
and he slices it in half, and it comes down. And he actually learned how to do that trick, and most chefs have said like that's actually very difficult to do, like if not impossible. But he learned how to do it after 5 tries because he's that committed.
Yeah, that's like Escape from LA half court shot action right there. Like, yeah.
Or I'm gonna make a clip of that. I'm gonna send it to you personally and have you fact check that for me.
I recently learned that Agatha All Along, they had their horrible song, The Witch's Road, and there's one moment where they got in a band and they played the whole song.
Yeah.
I watched the behind the scenes and they made them learn the instruments. Aubrey Plaza, they bought her a drum set. She had a drum set in her living room and she had drum lessons and whatnot. The hilarious thing is that the Asian witch already knew how to play the piano because she's Asian, so they just stuck her on it. But like, I didn't even they had the black woman on the bass guitar, of course, and yeah, so they actually had them learn how to play it so it looked realistic, and it was still absolutely horrendous and so cringe. But hey, I do appreciate the effort. I do, but still so bad. So bad.
I didn't realize the Ike Turner reference. That's fucked up. God damn.
Shut up, Mike.
Oh shit. So speaking of Ed Gein and ribs and barbecue, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, McDonald's will be selling half gallon of the McRib sauce.
Stream.
Only $20 though? Actually, hey, what the heck? $20?
Oh,
that's really
I
not
never
that
caught
bad.
the price on that actually.
That's actually pretty good. I thought, I might have to pick some up.
Like, if this is the same sauce that they use for the McNuggets, fucking I'm down. I will get like 4 of these before they disappear.
Because you know they're never going to sell this shit again.
Yeah, because
until next year.
All I hear is Phil Hartman going, "Thanks, Colin Blow."
Well, now you can just get like some silly putty and shape it and like this, and then pour that on, and it's like the McRib is there all year round.
There you go. I don't even like the McRib,
but the sauce is good. So this is I like the idea.
I will agree with that. Yeah.
Just turn like a chicken patty into like a McRib or something. Sounds good.
There you go. Ooh. Ah, yes.
Get some of that Foster Farms chickens. Proudly not sponsored. Anyway, so I was super excited when I saw this get reported this week because everyone was reporting it. Alan Tudyk has been cast as the voice of Clayface in James Gunn's DCU. Except for here's the thing. Who's reporting it? No one's reported. No one. Deadline didn't report this. Variety didn't report this. Alan didn't report this. James Gunn didn't report this. Everyone reported the same sentence and the same picture. So take this for a very, very loose grain of salt.
And yet, Deadline saying Clayface will be in the Batman Part 2, yet they haven't completed a script.
Yeah, I was just about to say he just had to come out and say, yeah, you guys might be a little misinformed. We're not done yet, or it's not even written. So just in, literally anyone is voicing some villain in James Gunn's DCU. Clicks, please, money, please.
Kinda.
With that said, Alan Tudyk, great voice actor, so yeah, sounds good. But also James Gunn, they're trying to do like voice actors or also live action people and whatnot. So it's like, would he be the live action like Clayface guy too?
Well, that's where James Gunn. I was reading an article, and I don't know who it was from. I was just kind of cruising the net before we came online here, and well, I found this tweet about Mike Flanagan turned in a completed script for a Clayface movie. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't know whether to trust this or not, but James Gunn was saying, you know what? Not all characters from the cartoon and animated features we're doing are going to translate over to the live action front.
Also, heads up,
Yet
your
he said like a
DMs
year
are up.
ago that everybody who is in a voice acting in these films will be in the live action version. So now he's backtracked. So motherfucker can't stop lying about shit. I don't know what to do about James Gunn anymore other than tell him to shut his fucking mouth. Just make the fucking movies.
He did. Now he's got to market it. And
Also, he likes popping up on Twitter. Also, speaking of things that pop up on Twitter without you wanting them to, yeah, DMs are up. But yeah, I am sick and tired of him announcing things. I am so sick and every time he announces something, it's, oh, here's the 75th character in the Superman movie. Yay! Here's the 264th character that's gonna be in the Superman movie. Yay! Yeah. I'm just not. Is anyone looking forward to James Gunn's DC universe? I'm not.
If Superman is good, I will be. And it should be at least okay, but it has to be better than okay. It's got to be like fucking flawless. So
we need a Guardians 1 situation on our hands.
Yes.
It can't be worse than Snyder's.
No, it can't.
Like,
goddamn, how are all my DMs open? Jesus Christ.
It needs to be better than Nolan's. So I don't know. Like, Nolan wasn't bad. That was a good trilogy. It just
be better than Zack Snyder, please.
Well, I think just not going the dark route itself will be better.
Yeah.
But then he might get a little too jokey, but he handles the humor well. As far as like Marvel humor goes, James Gunn's the one I trust most to be doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I mean, and I liked the Suicide Squad. So and Peacemaker was fine for a season. I have no idea what's going on with the second season.
They just finished filming that today. It just wrapped.
Oh.
See,
so we'll get that next year.
Minus Pa Kent. We're not getting a Pa Kent on this one? Oh, Man of Steel is great, minus Pa Kent.
They couldn't afford the tornado insurance for him.
Yeah, that's Twisters 3. Pa Kent returns.
The Twistering.
The Twistering. When I put my hand up, I was putting my hand up for you to fucking take it, asshole!
Don't save me. Don't save me.
You were supposed to save me. What the fuck?
I waited.
But he had to learn a lesson.
All right. So I'm gonna pass this next one off to Jeff again. So
oh dear God.
Take it away.
Yep, Idris Elba is being set to star as Man of Arms in the Masters of the Universe movie that is on tap. So I don't know about this because I have this pulled up and I closed my DMs. So I will actually present the Twitter where they show it in an actual picture of what's going on with him. And yeah. So we're race swapping. Cool. And I'm starting to check out again on this goddamn movie. Like every time we feel like we're getting a step forward, we're taking 3 steps back. I like Idris Elba. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. He's a fantastic actor. I would have liked him as actually a Bond at some point. But for this, no, I'm out.
Also, just looking at that mustache, seeming like yet another ginger being turned black.
Yep.
Ginger lives matter. And like Idris Elba is like the Black Glen Powell. Anytime it's like, oh, who should be cast every? It's Idris Elba. Oh, there's a black role. Just make it Idris Elba every time. So we like him. Why? Like,
See, yeah.
This is even worse than the whole How to Train Your Dragon situation going on currently.
Oh God, like yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, so that didn't bother me. Like I saw the pictures and I was like, I haven't
well,
seen
yeah,
the
you're
movie.
kind of a normie when it comes to for How to Train Your Dragon, but for this, like if you're gonna put Idris Elba in a fucking movie, at this point, make him fucking Skeletor. Like seriously, like what are we doing?
Voice actor. Yeah, he's a good voice actor. That would work for me.
So like you put him in a skull outfit and like let's fucking go. He can handle it. Jesus Christ.
Somebody
I don't know what we're
suggested
doing here.
Scareglow also.
Yeah.
But golly. So I yeah. They're gonna have to do some rewrites a little.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's never gonna get made, but they're casting like up a wazoo right now, so they have a completed script.
That's nice. That's
for now.
Couldn't help themselves.
If they can CGI Superman's mustache off, they can CGI him into being a ginger.
That's true.
That would be
AI can do it.
Cool. That would be
super funny if you actually literally dyed his facial hair like super red.
For it. Just go like anime live action like situation where they have like the ridiculous hairstyles, the colors that just do not work in live action. Yeah, do that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
There's just so many other characters that you could have adored him to be in that movie. Anyway, I don't know. I don't want people to talk shit on him. I really don't. I don't.
But we are.
But I don't want them to fuck up this movie neither.
Hey, we saw how it worked out in
I'm
1989.
99% sure they're gonna fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what studio is going to be fucking it up? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, let me check.
That's why I'm 99% sure it's gonna get fucked up.
Yes.
Travis Knight's directing, Chris Butler script. It's being produced by escape artist Mattel Films.
Oh wait, yeah. Is this? Do we get this because of Barbie?
Probably.
Because isn't He-Man like? Wasn't it such a disaster with like the Dolph Lundgren? Wasn't it such a disaster like destroyed the genre or something like that?
Amazon
Yeah.
MGM, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of destroying things. Oh no.
I talked about this last fucking week with Voltron. Motherfuckers are gonna kill me with this shit.
Oh, they're just trying to destroy every 80s property they can get their hands on.
I'm actually putting together a video about doing the Voltron news updates and digging into who these motherfuckers really are that are making that movie. Because from what I'm reading, like this is gonna be fucking terrible. And Henry, get a new fucking agent, bro.
Yeah. Well,
It's gonna be just ugh.
Casper Van Diemen's all like, you guys should do a Starship Troopers show. And it's just like, no, let us enjoy it. Let's have something nice you haven't destroyed yet.
We had that show. It was called Space Above and Beyond in 1994-95.
I'm picking up the Starship Troopers VR game this week, so I'm excited for that.
That'd be fun. Kevin's got a VR helmet, so he does all of our VR games for us. Oh, what's that?
Oh, just the Dark Horse Starship Troopers comic book.
Oh, is that what you were talking about earlier today?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Sneak peek.
Neato.
Oh, I'm a sucker for that shit.
I found it. I found it used the other day. Best part of the independent section, independent comic book section, is occasionally they do have things that I go, I can't believe that has a comic book. Yes, please.
They announced Predator vs. Spider-Man yesterday.
Actually, I think it was actually like a week ago, but yeah, they started off with Predator versus Wolverine, which do you know there's a Frank Miller RoboCop comic book? It looks so freaking good.
I didn't know that. Oh my! I am so behind on comics. Jesus Christ! I need you guys in my life to help me with that.
First, it was Predator versus Wolverine. Then they did Predator versus Black Panther, and then now they're doing Spider-Man.
And they did.
I don't know about
Alien
Spidey, but the
versus
first two sound
Avengers,
pretty cool.
too.
Predator vs. Wolverine was good. I actually really enjoyed it. They do like a lot of flashbacks, but then they have like a present timeline, and that present timeline, the art is fantastic.
Dope.
Mm,
That's super dope.
dang.
Well, since we're getting into the comic book news, Kristen Stewart.
Is she a he/him yet, or is this, or what's current pronouns? Do we know?
I
Is
don't
she
know.
she doesn't like MCU movies, and she doesn't want to be in the MCU movies. God. She feels that they are soulless, that they are built on an algorithm, and
The cookie cutter. She's acting like she's a big name director who hates Marvel and superhero movies. And she ain't shit. I've never liked this girl. Jesus Christ.
I got her IMDb pulled up. We got Snow White and the Huntsman, where she played Snow White. We got Bella Swan and Twilight, of course. Let's see.
Was that the Charlize Theron Snow White and the Huntsman?
Yeah, it wasn't the worst. Her most recent, Sacramento. Love Lies Bleeding? Love
Sacramento!
Me? Crimes of the Future?
Oh, she was in Crimes of the Future? Okay.
Irma Spencer? I haven't heard of any of these. Oh, let's not forget Charlie's Angel. Her last one I actually know was Charlie's Angels remake.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Now she thinks she's Scorsese making fun of Marvel movies.
Girl, that's what you get for cheating on Robert Pattinson.
With the director from The Huntsman, who also happens to be the director of The Crow. Another soulless fucking dickbag of a fucking movie.
Karma sucks.
Yeah. So
saying.
again, people who like to blame the audience. So, oh shit. No, we're not going to do this gag again, are we? Okay, I apologize. Every time I click on it, it's going to get closer to her chest. I apologize.
No. Disavow.
That's horrifying.
I'm out.
So sorry. It didn't seem like it was a good one for HPV. Anyway, so Captain America's poster meant to show this last week.
Is that why he's got those goggles on? To avoid the eye herpes?
To stay away from the herpes. They're
Skeet,
just red
skeet.
all eye herpes now.
So we talked about how this poster wasn't really all that in a bag of chips, considering it was based on a comic book cover. That one had Steve on it, but two, he was getting punched really fucking hard by the Hulk, and it looked like he was getting punched really hard by the Hulk.
Also has superpower strength, unlike Falcon.
Yes, getting punched by the Hulk.
Should be turned into the smooth, like the smoothie we were talking about earlier.
His arm should be flattened. He'll be like Bucky with a new arm in the next movie with that punch.
Johnny with no skin.
Oh God.
Like blood mist.
Yeah.
And then another thing that's pissed people off this week that Marvel did is
No, I'm cheering with this.
well, people got really upset. They took She-Hulk off from the top upper right-hand corner.
She bitch.
And they replaced her with Deadpool.
Fuck her.
So, like, look at it this way. Deadpool just came out, so he's brand fresh new. It's the newest thing on the Disney Plus, so they want him on there. That's in the upper right-hand corner where everyone's going to see. The newest thing that's going to be coming out for new is going to be Captain America. So they want him in the forefront, right in the middle for you to see. That's going to be what they want everyone to buy right now is Captain America. But Deadpool's what people are really going to want to see. He's going to be that new Nick Fury going forward. Like everyone's going to want to see a bit of Deadpool and things.
So take Nick Fury out of there too.
Well, I think they eventually will. But I don't think you're going to be seeing very much more of She-Hulk. I don't. Like, we reported a while ago that they had no plans to do season 2. Like, people unfollowed me because I was like, haha, we won the bet. Yeah. we won the bet because it was just a poorly written show. But what makes me laugh here is if you've seen Lego Avengers Mission Demolition, then you know who wins the fight at the end of the movie between She-Hulk and Deadpool. Like, she told Deadpool he wasn't allowed to be in the movie, so he shows up to break the fourth wall at the end. He won the fight. He got his spot.
He should be front and center, in my opinion.
I was yes, and then like Lady Deadpool, and then like the Kid Deadpool, and all the various Deadpools.
All the
should
Deadpool
just be all
variants.
of them. Yes,
You really should have him and Wolverine on there, I think, at least.
Yeah.
I get they want Captain America on the front. Captain America is
Captain Falcon.
like their Mickey Mouse. But yes, this isn't necessarily Captain America. This is Falcon version of Captain America. And that's not the same thing. It's a different character altogether. And I wish they'd try to stop selling it like it's the same person.
Give me Bucky as Cap, please.
Mom, can I get Captain?
God, don't. Don't. You're gonna do it. All right, say it.
What's breaking? Mom, can I get Captain America? We got Captain America at home. Captain America at home. But hey, at least he doesn't have eye herpes. Unlike She-Hulk, the whore.
All that twerking.
Or Shang-Chi,
Anyway.
who hasn't been seen for like 10 movies. Jesus Christ.
I did have to be reminded. So I was thinking, who here has hit $1 billion other than Deadpool? And then I was like, Captain Marvel. And did Black Panther hit a bill?
The first one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever did not, though.
God, hey, that's so insane having to be reminded. Like, we lived in a time where Captain Marvel and Black Panther could break a bill. We are far past those times.
Did the new Captain Marvel? Did the Marvels break $1 billion?
No.
It hit 200 mil, and then they revised it slightly back down to like 199.9 mil. So it didn't even hit 200 mil to not international, total worldwide.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a bust.
Mm-hmm. The
I don't
director
know.
didn't have enough executives telling her what to do, apparently.
In a Marvel film?
Jeez.
More studio notes.
Yep.
come back here.
Speaking of studio notes, how many times did they rewrite and reshoot this one?
Twice.
Hey, that's one less than Agatha, I think.
5 less than Blade.
Yeah.
5 less than Blade, who's never going to appear. But you know what? I am kind of happy. This series may be muddled. It may be convoluted, and I assume it's going to be. But I am happy to see this trio together again. I do like seeing them.
I do like looking at her. Yes. I
Yes.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
No complaints.
I like her. Pure blood, baby.
Her character's not that bad. Like when we binged Punisher this year, like she kind of grew on me a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Well, I hope this is good, but they didn't bring back the writers from the Netflix show, so.
No, they didn't. And it was good to see him in She-Hulk. That was the good part of She-Hulk, was the guest.
God, I don't agree.
Walk of shame, though. Walk of shame.
Walk of Shame was great because that's so fucking Daredevil. Like he fucks everybody in the comics.
If you say so.
He does.
Yeah, but it's like giving us John Krasinski as Reed Richards just to turn him into spaghetti.
That was
I
stupid.
just had like a pimple. God.
That was just really dumb. And then to replace him with Pedro Pascal, you're like, but
That's even worse. Yeah.
cock tease, sons of bitches is. I don't know. There's gonna be like 3 or 4 costumes in that one, just so everyone knows. Like it's not gonna
Probably.
be just the red, and it's not gonna be yellow. I don't think he's gonna wear the yellow one at all. Maybe in the first few minutes. But Feige went out and started trying to pimp out the X-Men a little bit, and he keeps trying to pimp the Avengers movies and Doomsday and Secret Wars, but everything that he keeps talking about with the Avengers films, leads up to X-Men. Like, dude, you need to change the verbiage at this point. Like, start educating people that it's not just Avengers. Like, there are more than one superhero team in the comic books. There's a bunch of them. And, 20 years ago, the X-Men were fucking way bigger than the Avengers were. So, they don't, I don't know. I know they're trying to deal to a broader audience, but let's kind of narrow down the Avengers bit if you're going to incorporate the mutants or bring the mutants in to the Avengers in a way. Like Beast was an Avenger for the longest time. Wolverine's an Avenger. I don't know. It's almost like they're doing it backwards in the movies.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, they were trying to do that in a way with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too. When they were trying to integrate mutants. Yeah, that was just horrible. All kinds of horrible.
So we've seen many a Marvel roadmap. And if you go back through the years, you look at some of them, you say, what is this show? This is a movie. What is... None of these roadmaps ever even remotely end up being anything like what actually happens. So he can talk about all this. What happens after Secret War is all he wants. It's all... We got Kevin Feige basically Mike Zeroing out here. It doesn't matter what he says.
And Solomon's right. You could make a ton of phases with X-Men characters, like the mutants themselves, the teams, the
shows,
teams,
TV show like spinoffs as well.
Yeah, Excalibur, X-Force, Phalanx Force, all sorts of shit.
X-Factor.
X-Factor.
All the X's.
X-Force.
All the X's live in
Deadpool's
Texas.
ruined that for me. Anyway, what else do we have here? Oh, Bob Iger did his little cash out this week. I don't know if this is his tax write-off for the year, but he cashed out $42.7 million worth of his company stock. Don't worry, he's still the boss.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna change. They might try to make the View a little less crazy, but I don't know. Marvel,
I don't know about that.
Star Wars fixing. Well, they're gonna be just as crazy, but they have to read a bunch of legal notices after all the crazy. At least.
That was funny.
It happened again for a third time, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my!
You had to read 3. You had to do, so the first one was 1 legal notice, the second one was 2 legal notices, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a third time where she does 3 legal notices.
Oh my god! The 2 was funny, but if there was a third one, that's even better.
I just keep looking at Backstreet Boys. What am I actually supposed to be looking at here?
Yeah, Kevin, I see that too.
We've got the Hollywood classifieds this week. This week there is a lot of news with actors putting themselves out there trying to get work. Starting with Nicole Kidman, who told Variety that golly, she'd like to work with Spike Lee, with Martin Scorsese. If he ever, she would love to do a movie with him. I'm like, girl, what? And I had to reread that. If he ever does a movie with girls, maybe fuck him. Like, I don't know. He seems like a pretentious crybaby to me in general. Like maybe fuck him. You don't need to make movies with him if he's not willing to make movies with you. Anyway,
yeah, it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Shut up.
I need to put that clip on here. Jeez, if you want to work with these directors, just talk to them.
Oh,
Jesus
wait.
Christ.
This is the story where then a day or two later they ended up saying we're delaying the movie indefinitely.
Yeah.
Right?
No. That got delayed indefinitely. And then after that, they said we have this new trilogy that's going to be coming out. So there's going to be episodes 11, 12, and 13 or whatever the fuck it is. Or 10, 11, 12. But there's rumors that that's not going to be part of this saga. This is going to be like a whole new saga altogether, and not have anything to do with Palpatine, the Empire, anything like that. But Rey is going to be the most important character in this new saga. And all I could think of is she wants to talk to you about the Jedi Initiative. So you're going to be seeing a lot of new Star Wars pop up, and then she's going to be getting her brief little 5-minute cameo to see what works and what doesn't work. They're going to try the original Marvel recipe with Star Wars, it looks like.
Yeah, this is an example of why I don't believe Marvel knows what the hell is going to be happening after Secret Wars. If you were to have to pick a character from the Disney trilogy that they made several upcoming, I'd rather have Kylo Ren. Like, who the hell wants Rey Sky? I'd rather have Babu Frick be appearing in several upcoming Star Wars films. Like, who wants her?
Well, she's a fucking Palpatine. Palpatine won the whole Star Wars saga, everybody. Palpatine won. There's no Skywalkers fucking left.
I would rather hear how Maz Kanata got Luke Skywalker's sword.
Yeah.
Which never ever gets answered.
Correct.
I prefer to see that than Rey Skywalker.
But it called to her. It called to her.
Called to me.
No time to explain. Don't worry. No time to explain.
Oh my God.
It'll all make sense on the Lego game. Go.
Of course.
Which is a lot better than any of the movies.
Believe that.
Let's see here. Speaking of The View, Whoopi wants you to eat her.
Next topic. Next topic.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson went to Christopher Nolan.
Oh, this, yes.
I fucking
this
hate
is so stupid. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Dude, Erwin and I are like on the same page. This is so fucking stupid.
The great one.
Red One is fucking terrible, everybody. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if you had any doubts whatsoever, please believe the reviews. He got to see Oppenheimer privately in Christopher Nolan's private IMAX theater, and he asked to sit where Chris sits when he watches movies. And they said, well, he sits right there. And Rock sat down, and he's telling these people, and he's looking around, and he's looking at the scope of this movie and just how broad it was. And all I could think of was how big Red One would be on an IMAX theater, just how game over it would be if everyone saw it on an IMAX theater. Not the fact that he just saw Fat Boy and Little Boy, or Fat Guy and Little Boy just go off. He just saw, I've become Death of Destroyer of Worlds. No. His takeaway from that, I'm sitting in Christopher Nolan's beer farts.
Christmas action movie.
Christmas action movie. Me on this screen would destroy
Chris
the world.
Evans. And Chris Evans.
America's ass. Yeah.
He is America's ass. Hole.
Yeah, this just has Kristen Stewart vibes of just like, bro, you're not who you think you are.
Pandering.
Yeah. From visionary director The Rock. Comes Red One.
And his attempt to take over DC Studios failed as flat as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Because no one takes it.
That could have been even worse. Yeah. More Black Adam movies.
He hurt my boy Henry Cavill too. I'll never forgive him.
Damn straight.
I played with him.
Speaking of playing with things.
Wait, what the hell? What?
Armie Hammer's mom, Drew, is that her name? Drew.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Got her son a vasectomy for his birthday because, as she puts it, there are a ton of girls out there that would love to have Armie Hammer's baby.
This family is nuts, everybody. If you ain't heard the stories about Armie Hammer, fucking search them and research them yourselves. They're crazy. They're cannibals, too.
Up.
Is there, Drew? I can't name one.
Kristen Stewart.
Okay, well, other than that,
name one woman. She said women are after her.
Oh,
Oh, wait, here's one.
J-Lo, she's free.
Oh God, I'd rather date Taylor Swift.
I know, right?
If your entire fucking life be drawn out publicly.
Jennifer Sloppy Seconds Lopez.
So yeah, men are running and putting up their blinds when she comes a calling and knocking. No one wants to have anything to do with her ass, and she can't figure out why. And Hall and Oates are just kind of like so. It's also worth noting, speaking of Shang-Chi, that Simu Liu hasn't been seen since his date with her just after the Ben Affleck split.
Yeah, she ate him, but 10 minutes later, she was hungry again.
Racist. And fine. TJ Miller says he would love to be in Deadpool 4 if his good friend Ryan Reynolds thought it would be fun. Fuck off,
there's
dude.
somebody who's desperate to get his career back on track, huh?
Yeah, that you brought this up. I'm like, wait, I thought he hated it. No, he hated him until his movie made $1 billion.
Until dollar signs.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah, called Ryan Reynolds very insecure.
Yeah.
Like if you seen his wife, how fucking insecure can he be? Like, come on. I'm sorry. Let's just look at that scene from the movie where Nice pulls like mask. You guys, like, how insecure can you be?
And then he gets fucking killed.
The man who calls himself God's perfect idiot.
So yeah, I'm sorry, TJ Miller. You can just go look for work elsewhere, not in Deadpool.
You burn that bridge, buddy.
I didn't like his
Or did he
version
blow
of
it up?
Weasel. Fucked it off, really. That's yeah.
He had some decent jokes that I assume were like improv and whatnot, but a lot of his delivery was a little phoned in, not the best. It's just like, I don't know, bored-ish. Yeah, I think they could have done a little bit better than TJ Miller. I did not miss him in Deadpool and Wolverine, that's for sure.
No. Buck was a much better character.
Who is in Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah.
Bitch, are you improving?
Yeah.
All right, that's all I had, Jeff. That was the end of my classifieds.
Yep, I just got a few quick things. We're going to talk a little bit of I don't want to bring this up, but considering it's Jared Leto, but there's some Tron Ares news coming out, and they got some initial stills here, and they're including 9 Inch Nails as your music people. You can fuck off, Tron Ares. Not interested. If you're not bringing Daft Punk back, you can fuck this.
Like an animal.
I was gonna say I'll accept Johnny Cash's version of "Hurt." That would actually go pretty hard.
Yeah.
I love that song so much. You didn't mention how they described it, grittier.
Yeah, I was trying to go over this quick.
Grittier
and more industrial. So we're going Westworld season 4, I guess.
Why? Like Tron is supposed to be, and that's why I didn't include this in my stills.
Yeah, he's like, Jeff, you can bring up this shit show, and I'm like, cool.
I didn't see Tron Legacy because it didn't look like Tron to me, like at all.
I like.
There was nothing I saw about it.
I like Tron Legacy.
I really enjoyed it.
This even worse. I see none of the black lights. I see nothing that like made me love Tron, and I know black lights aren't like cutting edge technology anymore at all.
I thought they did a good job with the atmosphere. I liked it. Also, my Seximatron 9000 is gonna look just like Olivia Wilde in this movie, or that movie. Right? Wasn't that?
I'm all for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Mine could look like Gozer. I was down with that too. We all have our kinks. We all have our Olivia Wilde kinks. She's a terrible person, but that's okay.
All right.
I just hope Jared Leto, we can actually see him do some acting and enjoy it for once. It's been so long.
The most I've ever enjoyed him in was probably Blade Runner 2049. And I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but he basically played himself in that movie for about 10 minutes. And that was the perfect amount of Jared Leto I can handle.
Yeah, that or Fight Club where you get to see him like his face destroyed.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ. But speaking about horror shows into other horror shows, there is some good news. There's some good news from the George Romero front. There's a documentary being made about the Resident Evil script and movie he was going to produce before other people, Paul W.S. Anderson, took over. And we got the Mila Jovovich movies. So we're going to finally get a documentary about this. And thank you, Bloody Disgusting. We love you guys. We got a nice little investigative documentary that dives into one of Hollywood's most intriguing what could have been stories. Uncorked Entertainment has acquired the U.S. and Canadian distribution rights to George A. Romero's Resident Evil. And it's going to be coming out on demand January 7th, 2025. I'm going to be watching it, and I will drop a review on our channel for it. And this has been long rumored for many years that George was going to do Resident Evil, and then they pulled the plug on him. So looks like we're going to finally get the full story on this. Hopefully it's a full and complete story, not too one-sided on that. I would like to see both sides being discussed, because I remember reading the script back in the day, and it was going to be fucking awesome. And we don't know what happened, but this is going to be pretty exciting. Kevin, you're a Romero guy. What do you think about this?
Oh, so many mixed feelings. Like, my nerdy whiteness won't let me fucking say a bad word against the Resident Evil movies. Like, they are not good compared to the games. They're not a good adaptation of the games. They are a fun action movie for Mila. I like them for that. So what could have been, talking about that, golly, that's intriguing, because who could have taken a better monster franchise and like revved it up than George Romero? So
Captain Zombie, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Like, he kind of defined a whole lot of things, but Resident Evil kind of redefined the zombie generation in a way.
Resurrected it, basically.
Yeah. They added a little extra element with Umbrella, I think, and the genetic testing and the T viruses and whatnot, and the different things it could do. And it was a real win. So I think George Romero could have had more fun with that, not just making a zombie movie, but a movie that was a zombie foundation that you could have built bigger monsters on top of that foundation with. And that's the fun that is Resident Evil.
Yeah. Now, Erwin, you ever played the Resident Evil movies? What do you think about some of this? You ever heard about this?
I don't think I've ever seen them, but I feel like the Resident Evil movies and like with the Underworld movies are great examples of they don't really have to be that great as long as the main character is super hot and there's some fun action. Honestly, I'm more distracted by I mentioned Nosferatu. I was excited about. They also have Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Did that intrigue any of you, Monster Bros?
Yep. I was actually going to bring that up next anyway.
Okay,
absolutely.
Make sure I got that.
The picture I saw, I don't. Do you have a picture of it, Jeff?
Yes. Let me stop sharing that, and I will.
The set piece looked beautiful, like totally beautiful. Like, you haven't seen something look that colorful and beautiful since really Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Yeah.
Nice.
They just did a really good job there.
Now,
and I love that there's multiple cadavers.
Grittier, more industrial, like how they tried to describe Tron Ares. Wrong. This though, gritty industrial. Yes, good, correct.
Oh, Ralph Ineson is in this? Oh, damn. Hell yeah.
This is
the
movie.
Christopher Waltz, Oscar Isaac. Oh, I didn't know about some of this.
Is that Voldemort?
Who? What?
Ralph Fiennes? Or is that Ray?
No, that's fucking Punisher. He was fuck. He's gonna be in Fantastic Four.
Microchip.
Yeah, Microchip. Yeah. It looks like it's just a cameo though.
Sorry, I thought you said Ralph Fiennes. I was like, well, shit, that's cool.
You need to work on your internet, buddy.
Dude, you know what?
I'm wearing $300 fucking cans. I should be able to hear you just fine.
I'm not sure that's the problem. You're streaming through Netflix. That's the problem.
I should get a loading buffer screen to go overlay on this. But no, Del Toro, I am totally on board with Del Toro. I love Crimson Peak. I love a lot of his movies. And we just did Blade 2 on our movie reviews, and he did a fantastic job. So I'm always on board for Guillermo.
Wait,
And
Wesley
he
Snipes?
said this is the movie he's been wanting to make for the last 50 years. So
yeah.
And what, In the Mountains of Madness 2? Was one of them, if I remember right.
Was it?
Yeah, he was trying to make that for the longest time, but it was too expensive. So
can we go back to Blade 2?
Problem. Hey, everything's too expensive.
He made Blade 2?
Yeah.
Like Wesley Snipes. That's Guillermo.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's on my list. What the Blade? Okay. What?
Dude, Blade 2 is a great monster movie.
Oh, it is. The Reapers, my God, they were a great monster.
It's visually very good. The story's very good too. Everything's really good about it. Feels like a proper sequel to the first Blade. Just stop there. Don't watch Trinity. Don't even watch the TV show. It'll break you.
I watched 2 episodes of that. Tomac gave me money. I wasn't allowed to say no. I did watch 2 episodes of that though.
I mean, we reviewed it. I enjoyed it, but for most people, it's not going to be.
Absolutely, could have been worse. I was shocked. I was shocked that it was actually moderately competent.
Yep. It was not The Crow. It was much better than The Crow.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got that down. We now have a couple trailers we can play, and then we will end with a little Star Trek. But we got a little spinach to feed everybody. Popeye, the Slayer Man. Public domain, everybody.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the Puniverse Popeye crossover.
It's the equipment I checked out for my documentary.
One little blip about the Puniverse we got.
Oh, is this that pirate man thing you were going on about in class?
Sailor Man. Tonight's the last night we can get inside.
They're, aware of the charming stories circulating about this place.
I don't believe in ghost stories.
He's not a ghost. The Sailor Man is real. He doesn't take kindly to visitors stopping at his doorstep.
If she's just doing some school project, then why won't she just pick the phone up? Yeah, what should I do? She said they're going to be at the old candy factory, right? Let's go down there.
Factory.
Do you know where the factory closed down 20 years ago? There was a spinach contamination.
Yes. Ow. Ooh.
Monster.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah.
And that's why I don't eat spinach.
Well, if you don't want to eat that spinach, let's get this other one here for you. Because there's two, as always with Hollywood, there's always going to be 2 or 3 of them.
I'm not looking forward to the olive oil sex scene. That's for sure. It's going to be super gross.
That's going to be like watching a fishbone break.
Or like what the dude from the Goonies. This is a separate one? Oh my god.
Yep, there's 2 of them.
So I assume there'll be an indie game out as well.
This one's really indie. Yeah.
Sure you ain't smoking that shit? They're smoking that shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This film's got meteors.
Don't touch it.
They're evil. This film's got sex.
Give me some sugar, baby.
This film's got drugs. And rock and roll.
My god, red hair. Oh.
Wendy?
That was close.
It's one of those horror movies that's so bad, you know there's a bunch of nudity to make up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Shiver me timbers.
Coming soon.
Okay, this is so bad it makes the first one look actually kind of good.
I know. That's why I wanted to play it back to back, just to show like one might be okay, the other one may not be okay, but it might actually be the better one. It really depends.
Can't wait.
Popeye Films, everybody. Hey, I can't wait for some Screamboat Willie and like the Mickey Mouse ones now too. I know Earl was just like, oh, dear God, please don't play. Don't worry, I'm not playing those.
I got to talk to Bill and Kevin next month when I go to Sketchfest and ask what their thoughts would be on the Pooniverse for the Grimm Tracks label, because they're starting to put like really bad horror films out there. But the first Pooh movie was kind of like Hobgoblins, where it was intentionally that bad.
Rebecca.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks like it needs a riff in one way or the other. One of them looks like it needs riffed, but I think everything does.
Everything's gonna get ripped.
Speaking of things surprisingly competent, this poster could also be worse. I don't know what characters are supposed to be what though from Pooh.
Bambi.
Okay, Bambi. Pinocchio on the right, maybe.
Yep. Tigger's gonna be in here somewhere. Piglet too. God, we had the flowchart at one point, Kevin. Do we still have that somewhere?
I don't know. I know there's Peter Pan, but was Peter Pan a part of this or no?
Yeah, Peter Pan is in one of these two.
Okay. He's the one that kills kids before they grow up.
That's going to be Bambi the Reckoning, and then we got the two Pooh, Blood and Honey movies. Gingerbread Man is going to be one.
Oh, really?
Humanity is better than this. We can do better.
Are we though? Are we?
I'd like to pretend we are.
I don't have that good of an imagination.
Well, do you want the Marvels too, or would you be willing to give Pooniverse a chance?
I will go and say the Pooniverse will make more money than the Marvels on account of it did not make money. My streams make more money than the Marvels.
Yes, they do. Everybody makes more money than the Marvels. But no,
if you walk on the street and find a quarter and pick it up, you just made more money than the Marvels.
Yep. Lost
Hot
money.
dog.
Yeah. All right, so you guys this is made for you guys. Are you guys excited for this?
The first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie was not good. The second one was actually surprisingly competent. The Peter Pan movie looks interesting. Bambi the Reckoning, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. They're in the middle of shooting that one. As far as this goes, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. They're taking over the world and everything. Clearly Pooh, Tigger, Pinocchio, Bambi, Mad Hatter, Peter Pan, and Tinkerbell are teaming up to kill off the final survivors of all the movies before this. So starts in March, everybody. We're going to get it in theaters next year. I don't know if this is going to be Terrifier 3 for horror, but it's probably still going to make money. Because the second Blood and Honey movie did make money at theaters. Not much, but it was to the tune of at least $10 million or more. And these movies are less than like $2 to $5 million made with marketing. So,
yeah. I need to get the second one simply because it's a Shout Studios movie. Like, I'm obliged.
Yeah, you obligated media whore.
I am. Dude, I even bought the fucking steel book to Beetlejuice, and I didn't need it. And I didn't tell my wife that. She's like, just go get the movie. Sure.
You shouldn't have told us that.
God, I'm going to rant you out now. That was a fucking big mistake. And last but certainly not least, everybody, 765-874 unification. We are not playing this. Paramount's being supreme dicks about this. Just ask just about anybody, including RMB, Robert Meyer Burnett. But this is unlisted. If you want the link to this, you can go to Otoy, O-T-O-Y. We will have a link in the description down below. If anybody puts a link in the chat, we will pin it for you. But what's going on here is we finally get the Kirk and Spock send-off that Star Trek
and Paramount have been unwilling to do for the better part of over 15 years. And before tonight, Kevin checked it out. Chad checked it out earlier this week. Erwin, have you had a chance to check it out? I did not know if you actually talked on your.
We poked around watching all of them and looked at it. I haven't seen it. I've seen like the old Star Trek movies. I'm not a big Trekkie guy though, so I haven't gotten around to watching it. But what I saw, because it's AI, right?
No. Largely, they do use Sam Witwer. Is it right, Kevin?
Sam
and as a actual person for Kirk, and they just modeled the head on after him. So that's Sam Witwer right there, but they actually did the AI over his head.
Yeah, they refer to it as digital prosthetics.
Yeah, impressive.
They added a little bit of digital fat to him.
Yeah.
And then sucked it back.
Then they got Savick in here. There's lots of callbacks, and it's a very touching. So for like fans of this franchise for years, like Erwin said, he's only seen the movies. Some of us have grown up with these. I grew up with this show. I grew up with the movies. This touches the feels for a lot of us who are very disappointed with modern day Trek, period. Ever since Enterprise ended, everything after that's been very like, for some it's hit or miss. For me, it's been mostly miss. I can't get into any of that shit, including the newer movies, and I like the cast. So it's kind of hard to get into that. This in like the 4 shorts, because there's the first one, which was 20 seconds. Then they start to increase to like a minute, then 2 minutes. This is a full 7 to 8 minutes long, not counting credits. And altogether, you get a nice little, I want to say less than 20-minute short. Robert Meyer Burnett did have a supercut he put together of all of the clips together. So you could probably still find that. We'll put a link for that down below as well. But altogether, this is very poetic. It's very, it's got a lot of Easter eggs in it. It's got a lot of meaning to it, a lot of callbacks. So fans of this franchise for years and of this show, you're going to get more out of this than you ever did out of anything, even all the way back through the Next Generation movies and First Contact. This resolves Generations in a way that Generations is actually maybe watchable now. And I'm not kidding. This is freaking fantastic. And there's like literally 2 lines of dialogue in this whole thing. And it's utterly fantastic. And I've been very much against like AI shit, but like you finally get the goodbye to
the AI is what I wanted to mention, because like with Hollywood, AI is going to be able to do a lot of good, especially in like VFX and whatnot, getting post-production times and costs down and stuff like that. But there will be a lot of problems. But for indie people, indie studios, YouTubers, just amateurs, just fans, the stuff we can do with AI, especially here in the future once it really improves, especially AI video. But with the power of AI and the affordability of like red cameras, like really high level professional cameras getting cheaper and cheaper, man, we're not going to need Hollywood here in a decade or so.
Yeah, we're going to get the shit that we've been wanting for years, and it's going to be from indie creators like this. And while Paramount and like Skydance and Lucasfilm Sound, we're all in on this, it's still an unlisted item, which I can't make it public for whatever reason, and nobody really understands why. But this shows you what the power of AI could do. And in the right hands, this could be okay, but we still got to watch what we're doing with AI. We don't really want it to kill the industry entirely. It should be as a tool, and it should be used to accentuate things, not take over things.
I watched a YouTube channel, Charlie Hopkinson. He does the AI like face swap, and he's a British comedian, so he does impressions of like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then so they review like Star Wars, and he's Obi-Wan and like Qui-Gon and Anakin, stuff like that, and then they use the AI to put their faces on it. And it looks really impressive, and his turnaround time on it is insane. Like a new episode will come out, and the next day he doesn't have it. He usually will get it up for like his Patreon or something. So in like 2-day turnaround, super high professional, plus 20 minutes. It all looks really good
wow.
with the AI. It's super impressive. And
I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah, Charlie Hopkinson. Yeah, all of his
Okay.
he got popular doing reviewing like the Star Wars Disney Star Wars shows. And
Okay.
it's really impressive.
Are we about to sell out?
I'm more interested in what indie creators do with AI than I am with Hollywood and what they do with AI.
Yeah, we got our buddy AI Forge out there who's doing like the 1950s, 30s, and 40s super Panavision for like Thundar the Barbarian, Pirates of Darkwater, all these fantastic things. The Space Ghost one I absolutely loved. And man, there's some good work out there for indie creators. Now, Chad, you're a Star Trek fan. I want to
Yes.
touch base with you. What did you think about this when I brought it to you?
When you told me that it was a tearjerker, you weren't fucking kidding. I mean, this had so much heart. And like you said, there was only a couple lines of dialogue, 20-ish minutes, and it hits you in the feels harder than God, most TV these days. And one of the things that I liked about this, and I know a lot of New Trek is more miss than hit for you, but the fact that they were able to link this in, not just with the TOS era, but with the Kelvin movies, with the Discovery, with Picard, they basically they brought the whole franchise together in a way. They took different parts of the series that aren't going to even meet normally just because of different timelines or where they're at in a said timeline, and they turned it into a more cohesive whole. So I mean that's what I mean, because you've got Savick back, um
And Spock's kid with Savick.
and Spock's kid with Savick. Then also Kirk being able to go into the Kelvin timeline to say goodbye to Spock before he dies. The alien they show in a season 1 Next Generation uniform, he was shown in an episode of Star Trek Discovery, or at least in that guy. An image of him was Discovery was in the late 31st century. That guy actually came from the Kelvin timeline, was stranded in the Next Generation era, died a horrible death because of how far he was from his home dimension, basically. And which is actually one of the cool things about it is the person giving the rundown to the characters was played by David Cronenberg. So you had Cronenberg in the last 2 or 3 seasons of Discovery. I thought that was really fucking awesome.
Go Cronenberg.
Yeah, played a guy named Dr. Kovich, who also ties in with Enterprise. But just the fact that they took so many different parts of the franchise and melded it together. I mean, just the fact that you've got Kirk back, in a blink and you miss it part in an episode of season 3 of Picard. They're at Daystrom Station, run by Section 31. They show Kirk's remains. So him being resurrected here makes more sense than it did in the self-insert fan fiction Shatner wrote back in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah. Kevin, got any thoughts on this before we say goodnight to everybody?
I just thought that was really neat. I like Sam Witwer as an actor. I thought they did a great job making him look just like Kirk. I think seeing him as Kirk makes me want to see him play Kirk in a Star Trek role, whether albeit movie, TV series. I'd love to see him get that chance. I think that would be cool. And as far as why they're making this a private video, it's clearly so somebody doesn't get paid for it. Like that's that's how the studios make money now, is like by not allowing actors to make residuals or what have you.
Interesting.
That's a thought. I mean, they have the other 3 videos that you can watch, no problem. Like, what is it? Reunification or regeneration, memory wall, and then just 765-874. So those are all available, but this one's not for whatever reason. But that being said, that is Dead Wire Live. Erwin, thank you for coming on with us. Can you let everybody know?
I should have left 25 minutes ago, so I'm going to do mine and then I'm going to skedaddle. That cool? I am Nerdwars. One word, all capital letters. Can't miss it. Like and subscribe. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you on the next one. And everybody, you have a good and fun night.
After a long day of kicking dead-eyed ass, I like to crack open a Shemp's. It's clean, crisp, refreshing, and cheap. Really cheap. Shemp's won't slow you down. Not this guy, anyway. Fewer calories, less filling. Who gives a shit? It's beer.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah.